Hello. I'm so pleased you've chosen to spend this time with yourself today. If you've been experiencing brain fog, forgetting simple things, losing words, walking into a room and wondering why you came, or feeling as though your thoughts have become wrapped in a gentle mist, please know you are not alone. Many women experience moments like these during menopause. It can feel unsettling, sometimes even frightening. You may wonder, what is happening to me? But your mind has not failed you. Your intelligence has not disappeared. Your wisdom is still here. Your mind may simply be asking for something it has not had enough of: space, rest, gentleness, and time. For the next few moments, there is nowhere else you need to be, nothing to remember, nothing to solve, nothing expected of you. This time belongs completely to you. If it feels comfortable, allow your shoulders to soften just a little. Notice the support beneath you. Allow your hands to rest naturally. If closing your eyes feels comfortable, you are warmly invited to do so. Or perhaps simply soften your gaze. There is no right way, only your way. Take one gentle breath in without trying to make it perfect, and slowly let it go. Again, breathing in with kindness and breathing out without effort. Perhaps this is the first moment today where your mind has been given permission simply to rest. You don't need to force clarity. You don't need to search for answers. Sometimes clarity quietly returns when we stop chasing it. Before we try to clear the mind, let's begin by giving it something it may not have experienced for quite some time: a slower rhythm. Without changing anything, simply notice your breathing as it is right now. There is no perfect breath, no correct pace, only this breath, right here, in this moment. If it feels comfortable, allow your next breath in to arrive slowly through your nose, not forcing it, simply welcoming it. And now, allow your breath to leave your body a little more slowly than it came in, as though you are gently releasing a little of today's mental effort. Again, breathing in, allowing fresh air to arrive, and breathing out, allowing your body to soften just a little more. You may begin to notice that nothing outside you has changed, yet something within you is already becoming quieter. The brain works best when it no longer feels under constant pressure. It doesn't need to be pushed, it needs space. Imagine each slow breath creating a little more room inside your mind, room where thoughts no longer need to compete, room where your attention no longer feels pulled in every direction, room where clarity has permission to return. Take another gentle breath in and silently say to yourself, I am creating space. As you breathe out, I am letting go of pressure. Again, breathing in, I welcome calm. Breathing out, I release what I no longer need to carry in this moment. Perhaps you've noticed how easy it is for the mind to become crowded. Appointments, lists, conversations, questions, things still left undone, each one asking for your attention. For these few moments, none of them need an answer. They can wait. You are giving your mind something much more valuable, a chance to recover. Imagine the thoughts that have been racing through your mind beginning to slow, not because you are forcing them to stop, but because they no longer need to rush, like leaves settling gently onto still water, one by one, without effort. Notice your forehead. If it feels comfortable, allow the muscles there to soften. Notice your eyes. They have worked hard today. Allow them to rest. Notice your jaw. If you find yourself holding tension there, perhaps allow it to loosen just a little. Feel your shoulders. You do not need to carry today's weight in them for these few moments. Allow them to become just a little heavier, a little more supported. Every slow breath is gently reminding your nervous system, in this moment, I am safe. And when the body begins to feel safe, the mind often follows. Not immediately, not perfectly, but gently, one quiet breath at a time. There is nothing you need to remember right now. Nothing you need to solve, nothing you need to prove, only this breath, only this moment, only you. Quietly repeat to yourself, without trying to force yourself to believe it, simply allowing the words to rest gently in your mind. My mind knows how to find its way back to clarity. I do not need to rush my recovery. Clarity is returning, one gentle breath at a time. You've already given your mind something precious, space. And sometimes, space is where clarity quietly begins. Now, without trying to change anything, simply become curious, not critical, just curious. Notice what your mind is doing right now. Is it busy? Is it quiet? Perhaps it moves gently between the two. Whatever you notice is perfectly welcome here. You may notice thoughts arriving, plans, memories, questions, little reminders, or perhaps nothing in particular. There is no right experience, only your experience. If a thought appears, there is no need to follow it, no need to push it away either, simply notice. A thought has arrived, and then gently return to your breathing. Perhaps another thought appears. Again, simply notice it. Like watching a cloud drift slowly across a wide blue sky. You do not need to chase the cloud. You do not need to hold on to it. It simply passes in its own time. Sometimes brain fog can make every thought feel urgent, as though everything must be remembered right now. Everything must be solved right now. Everything must be understood right now, today. We are practicing something different. We are discovering that not every thought requires our attention, not every question needs an immediate answer, not every unfinished task belongs in this moment. Your mind has been working incredibly hard, perhaps harder than anyone else can see, trying to remember, trying to organize, trying to keep going, trying to protect you. So rather than becoming frustrated with your mind, perhaps today you might simply thank it, quietly, kindly, for doing its best. Now imagine your thoughts becoming like tiny leaves, resting on the surface of a calm lake. One by one, they settle. No splashing, no struggle, just gentle stillness. As the water becomes calmer, you begin to notice something. The lake has always been clear beneath the surface. It was never broken. It was simply disturbed. Perhaps your mind is like that too, not damaged, not failing, simply asking for rest. You are not your brain fog. You are not your forgetfulness. You are not today's tiredness. These are experiences. They are not your identity. Beneath the fatigue, beneath the overwhelm, beneath the hormonal changes, your wisdom remains. Your creativity remains. Your intelligence remains. Your ability remains. They have not disappeared. They are simply waiting for a little more space. Bring your attention gently back to your breathing. Feel the air entering. Feel it leaving. Nothing to force. Nothing to improve. Simply breathing. Quietly repeat these words to yourself, only if they feel helpful. My mind is healing. I meet myself with patience. I do not need to fear this moment. Clarity is still within me. Remain here for a few quiet moments, allowing those words to settle without needing to convince yourself. Simply allowing the possibility that they may be true. Perhaps, for a little while, you have been measuring yourself by the moments your mind has felt unclear. Perhaps you've forgotten a name, misplaced something important, lost your train of thought halfway through a conversation, or searched for a word that always used to come so easily. And perhaps those moments have quietly led to another thought. What if something is wrong with me? If that thought has ever visited you, please know you are not alone. Many women describe brain fog as one of the most unexpected parts of menopause, not because it changes who they are, but because for a little while it can make them question who they are. And questioning yourself can be exhausting. But what if, just for this moment, you allowed yourself to consider something different? What if your mind is not failing, but recovering? What if your brain has simply been working harder than you realized, adapting, responding, protecting, trying to keep everything moving, even while your body has been experiencing profound change? Sometimes, when we have been carrying too much, our minds become quieter, not because they are weaker, but because they are asking us to slow down. Hello. I am very pleased you've chosen to spend this time with yourself today. Think about the natural world. After heavy rain, a river becomes cloudy. The water has not lost its purity. The movement has simply stirred everything up. Given time, the water settles. The river becomes clear again, not because someone forced it, but because stillness allowed clarity to return. Perhaps your mind is a little like that river, not broken, not damaged, simply waiting for enough calm to settle. Notice how different those two stories feel. One says, "Something is wrong with me." The other says, "My mind is asking for care." Which story feels kinder? Which story allows your shoulders to soften? Which story allows hope to quietly enter the room? You have lived through countless seasons of your life, times of learning, times of challenge, times of growth, times when you believed you would never find your footing again. Yet somehow you did. This season deserves the same compassion, not because it is easy, but because you deserve kindness while you move through it. You do not need to become the person you were 5 years ago. You are becoming someone new, someone carrying all the wisdom, all the strength, and all the resilience that life has already given you. There is nothing wrong with changing. Nature changes, the seasons change, our bodies change, life changes, and through every change, something new quietly begins. Take a slow, comfortable breath in and allow yourself to breathe out without holding on quite so tightly. Quietly repeat these words only if they feel true enough to rest beside you. My mind is adapting. I choose kindness over fear. I trust that clarity can return. I do not have to rush my healing. Now simply rest here for a little while. No thinking, no analyzing, no searching for certainty, just resting exactly as you are. Now, I'd like to invite you to imagine yourself somewhere peaceful. There is no need to create a perfect picture. Simply allow your mind to gently imagine whatever feels natural for you. Perhaps you find yourself standing at the entrance to a beautiful garden. Not a grand garden, not a perfect one, a quiet place filled with peace, a place that asks nothing of you, a place where there is nowhere to rush. As you begin to walk slowly, notice the path beneath your feet, solid, steady, supporting every step. Feel the gentle warmth of the air, neither too warm nor too cool, simply comfortable, welcoming, safe. With each slow step, your breathing becomes a little easier, your shoulders soften a little more, your thoughts begin to spread out like clouds drifting across a wide open sky. Ahead of you, you notice a simple wooden bench. It has been waiting for you, almost as though it knew one day you would need somewhere to rest. Now imagine that the soft morning mist within the garden begins to lift very slowly, almost so slowly that you hardly notice it moving. As the mist becomes lighter, more of the garden becomes visible. The colors become clearer. The shapes become sharper. The path ahead becomes easier to see. Nothing new has appeared. It was always there. You can simply see it more clearly now. Perhaps clarity returns in much the same way, not all at once, not because we force it, but because we create the conditions for it to quietly reveal itself. Notice how peaceful your mind feels when nothing is demanding your attention, when there is nowhere to be, nothing to remember, nothing to prove, nothing to fix. Allow yourself simply to sit here, breathing naturally, resting completely, supported by this peaceful place. You may notice that thoughts still appear from time to time. That is perfectly natural. Simply smile gently towards them, like greeting a passerby, and then allow them to continue on their way, without following, without resisting, without judgment. Now, notice a beautiful beam of soft morning light falling gently across the garden. It is warm, gentle, comforting. It slowly reaches you, resting lightly upon your forehead. Imagine that warmth, slowly spreading through your mind, not changing who you are, simply bringing ease, space, calm, gentleness. That gentle warmth begins to flow across your forehead, around your eyes, behind your temples, across every part of your mind that has been working so hard, as though every tired corner of your thinking is finally being given permission to rest. There is nothing to remember here, nothing to organize, nothing waiting for your attention, only this peaceful breath, this quiet garden, this gentle moment, quietly. If the words feel helpful, allow them to settle gently within you. My mind is finding space. I welcome clarity with patience. I do not need to force my thoughts. My mind knows how to recover. Now, simply remain here. No words are needed. No effort is required. Just resting, in the quiet certainty that beneath every season of change, your clarity has never truly left you. It has simply been waiting for this moment of peace. For a few moments, remain exactly where you are. There is nothing you need to change, nothing you need to become. Simply allow yourself to notice how you feel right now. Perhaps your thoughts feel a little quieter. Perhaps your breathing feels a little easier. Perhaps nothing feels very different at all. Every experience is welcome. There is no right way to feel. Sometimes the smallest changes are the ones we notice later. Not during the moment itself, but afterwards, like the morning sun, slowly warming the day. Notice that for these last few minutes, you haven't needed to remember anything. You haven't needed to solve anything. You haven't needed to force your mind to work harder. And yet, here you are, breathing, resting, being. Perhaps this is a gentle reminder that your mind knows how to slow down. Your mind knows how to rest. Your mind knows how to recover. Sometimes it simply needs permission. Take another slow, comfortable breath in and gently breathe out, allowing any remaining pressure to soften just a little more. Now, I'd like you to imagine meeting yourself, not the version of you who feels overwhelmed, not the version of you who worries she should be coping better, but the deepest part of you, the part that has always been there, calm, wise, gentle, whole. Notice her expression. She isn't judging you. She isn't disappointed. She isn't asking you to try harder. She simply smiles with kindness, as though she has been waiting patiently for you to slow down enough to find her again. If she could gently place a hand upon your shoulder, perhaps she might quietly say, "You've been carrying so much. You've been doing the best you can. You don't have to be afraid of every difficult day. You are still you. Allow those words to settle gently without needing to analyze them. Simply receive them. There may still be days when your thoughts feel slower, days when words take a little longer to come, days when you forget something, days when you feel frustrated. That does not erase your wisdom. That does not erase your experience. That does not erase your worth. You are so much more than one difficult moment. You are more than one forgotten word. You are more than one tiring day. The qualities that make you, you remain untouched. Your kindness, your creativity, your compassion, your resilience, your love, your courage, they are still here, quietly waiting beneath the noise. Take a gentle breath in, and as you breathe out, imagine breathing confidence back into yourself. Not loud confidence, not perfect confidence, quiet confidence, the kind that whispers, I can trust myself again. If these words feel supportive, allow them to rest gently within you. I am patient with myself. My mind deserves kindness. My confidence is returning. I trust myself. Clarity grows gently. Now, simply remain here, breathing naturally, allowing these moments to become part of you. There is nothing more to do, only to receive this quiet feeling of coming home to yourself. For these next few moments, there is nowhere to go, nothing to become, nothing to improve. Simply rest, exactly as you are. Notice your breathing without changing it. Allow each breath to arrive naturally and leave naturally. Nothing forced, nothing controlled, only gentle rhythm. Notice the quiet spaces between your thoughts. They may only last a second, perhaps two. That is enough. Those quiet spaces have always been there. Today, you've simply given yourself permission to notice them. There is no need to hold on to this feeling. There is no need to worry about losing it. Simply trust that every time you choose to pause, your mind remembers this path. Allow your forehead to remain soft. Allow your eyes to rest comfortably. Allow your jaw to remain relaxed. Allow your shoulders to feel supported. Allow your breathing to continue exactly as it wishes. Quietly, allow these words to settle gently inside you, not as something you need to believe, simply as something you are willing to consider.